There are a lot of secrets and tricks scattered throughout Syphon Filter the Omega Strain in multiple missions, but one mission in particular, which is Carthage, Michigan Warehouse District, which is also known as Carthage 2. Carthage 2 has multiple secrets, multiple interesting secrets that you can find in it, and I thought it deserved its own video just to highlight this mission's secrets. So the first secret we're going to be talking about is the hidden weapons room. And to get to that room, you have to use the team interaction to get the C4 from the train cart here. So you should climb, take the C4, and then you can use that C4 to plant it on the furnace in another location. And when that furnace blows up, it will open a hole in a wall, and that hole leads to the secret hidden weapons room. And the blast, the explosion, just opened a hole in the wall. And again, you can use team interaction here to climb to it. And when you climb there, you're gonna find some weapons stashed. Here we have the MGL. Here we have some grenades. And then you can get out of the room normally. Now, this is online. If you are playing offline, you can do this. You can achieve this by using the jump glitch. You can jump glitch to the C4, take it, and run to the furnace. I'm gonna show the path to the furnace in this. So you keep running this way, take a right, take another right. It's pretty much the same process, except that you have to jump glitch instead of, because you don't have someone with you, you're playing offline. And it can take many tries to pull the jump glitch, but it's possible. I just wanted to prove that it's possible. And here we go. Jump glitching. This can be useful when you're when you're still low in the ranks and you don't have weapons. You can use the MGL to take from here. Now, as you can see here, I also, without using the C4, the room is intact. I used levitation to go inside the room to see what it looks like from the inside before the explosion. And there's like, you see this spot on the wall? It's carved out just as the shape of the opening that happens later. Now we have the second secret, which is the secret dialogue that you can only unlock it if you perform certain conditions. So the first condition, you see Fournier in here. This guy Fournier, you have to not kill him first. He must be alive for this to unlock. So Fournier should be alive. Then you should run to the theater, and there's a CHA officer that you have to save. And this CHA officer is guarded by two enemies. One enemy on the right and the other is on the left. The enemy on the right, you can kill him normally, and that's okay. But the enemy on the left, you should not kill him. You should incapacitate him. Use non-lethal weapons like air pistol, damaging gas, for example. If you incapacitate him, a hidden dialogue will show up.
Fournier, ils sont dans le cinéma. Ouais, et le prêt. Il se cache sur le toit pendant que nous on campe partout et on risque de se faire descendre.
Now the next secret we have in this level is you can find it when you go. So this is Carthage 2. We're talking about Carthage 2. But this image you're looking at is from the Zeus files of Carthage 3. So they tell you about this in Carthage 3, not in Carthage 2. So here's what it says. I think it's Imani talking, and she says, I was trying to get into the warehouse where Lawrence was being held, but Fournier was in the theater and was pinning me down with sniper rifle. Okay, we know that. I had the agent you assigned, which is you, Cobra, assigned to me, distract him until I got inside the warehouse. Once I was inside, I told your agent to take him out. Here's the interesting part. It says Fournier ran into the building across the street and tried to take out my agent through the windows. So usually you don't see that. You just kill Fournier. You don't see him running across the street or jumping or doing anything and shooting from a window. Like what window? So from this Zeus file, we figured that there might be something in the level that you can do to aggravate Fournier in a different way. So after testing, we figured out this. If you use explosives like grenades or the MGL, but you don't kill Fournier, you just throw the explosive next to him, that it damages him a little bit. Without killing him, he will jump, as you can see. So that's the first jump. Now, when he jumped to this side, if you damage him again, like this with the MGL, he just ran inside this room. So this is the window they were referring to in the Zeus files. And you can blow this room up with grenades or MGL. So that's the secret. Here's an interesting thing. If you blow this window before you aggravate him with the grenades, here's what happens. So I blew the window. It's now that room is burning. Now I'm gonna damage him with MGL again. But since this room next to him is already blown up and burning, he's gonna run to another window. Now we go all the way from the back, and we can see Fournier is in a different room, in a different window, and there he is. Now we can also blow him up in here. So what happens if we blow up both of these rooms before we aggravate him? So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna blow up this room, and then the next. Run back to aggravate Fournier. So now what happens is he's gonna run all the way to the courtyard where the female ALA is. So you look at him in the map, look at his icon in the map. He's moving with me, but he's on the roof. And here we are in the courtyard, and yep, there he is. He's in this window. I just want to see him in the window first. Yep, there he is. Gonna blow him up. See, this window explodes. So now here's what we're gonna do. I've already blown up the two windows in the beginning, and now I'm gonna blow up this one too. I will leave him with nowhere else to go, and gonna run all the way back to Fournier and aggravate him again with grenades, with the MGL, which is also the same like grenades. It's a grenade launcher. Now he's gonna run again, but he's gonna choose a different window. So you can control which window he stands in by blowing up the ones closest to him. So if you blow the one next to him, he will go to the next window. You blow up the next window, he's gonna go to the one that's in the courtyard. In the courtyard, there are two windows. If you blow up the first one, it's gonna go to the second. So whichever window is available, but you have to blow all of them and leave the ones closest to him intact, and he will run to it. Now, the next secret we have is this hatch that you can find in Carthage 2. So how do you reach this hatch? Well, first you go from this route, and there is a venting system. I don't know if it's a vent, it's a sewer system or something. Anyway, there's an opening here. You can crawl into it. And there are some weapons in here. Now, in this room, as you can see, there's nothing. You're stuck. So why does this exist? Like, why did I just crawl through two openings and climb the ladder just to get to this room, which is a dead end? So if we levitate from this location, you can see this hatch upstairs. So now I'm gonna levitate, and now I'm here. So it feels like something is missing. Something should be here. So if we start the game for the mission from the beginning and run to this route, we're gonna go. I'm showing you the location of the hatch. And if you're standing next to the first viral container guy, you can see on the map there's an enemy which is located under the hatch. See, but when I move forward, he disappears. I go back, he respawns. So there is a demo for the Omega Strain, a demo disc. We call it the November demo. It's not what it's called officially, but to differentiate it from other demos, we call it the November demo. In the November demo, things are different. So in this demo, as you can see here, look at this hatch. It's the same hatch, but it has an interact button, and there's a stairs, but if I press it, I get stuck on the stairs. So I'm gonna reload my save state because I got stuck. So now you can see the hatch. And that enemy that used to disappear, he's not disappearing anymore. He's right here, he spawns. And you can see him and he's shooting at you, you can kill him. So what happens now if we crawl into the openings from the other side? So we're gonna do just that in the November demo. Again, it's the opening. The same weapons are here. Look at the way he's climbing the stairs. It's so funny. So now when we reach that dead end in the final release, there's this enemy here. The one that used to disappear. He disappeared again, but yeah, here he spawns. You can kill him. And now there's a ladder that didn't exist in the final release of the game. When you look up, you can see the hatch opening for you. Literally, you can see it opening. And you can climb the ladder. And it's not a dead end anymore. Another thing I found is that in the final release, there is this ladder that when you climb it, it leads nowhere. So what's the point of this ladder? Why do we have a ladder and a balcony that leads to nowhere? There's this door, and this door doesn't open or anything. But if we go to the November demo, things are different. So we climb the ladder. Again, that funny climb animation. Now we can see a crate. So that's the purpose of that ladder. They removed the crate in final release. It has grenades. That's all there is to it. Another thing I wanted to point out as kind of a trick or a tip is how to take out the viral container guy that's standing on the platform. So there are several methods to do this. The first method is that you have to shoot him in the head while he's standing. Make sure that he's standing. If he crouches and you shoot him, he's gonna fall. He's not gonna fall from the platform. He's gonna stay up. So you have to shoot him in the head while he's standing, and that way he will fall down, and it's easier for you to pick up the viral container. Another method, if he's crouching, if you want to make sure for him to fall down, is you can use grenades. Another method is using weapons that have a pushing power, like the desert sniper I'm using right now, or any shotgun. These weapons will push him if he's crouching and you can't get a headshot. You just push him from the platform with these weapons. But what if you were unfortunate and you just shot him while he's crouching? So you're gonna have to climb from this platform and shimmy across this pole to reach to him. But of course you will have these enemies shooting at you from these openings in the wall. Those enemies are endless respawns. Even if you kill them, they're gonna respawn and shoot you. I am unable to shoot at them while shimmying because I equipped the rifle. If you equip a pistol, you can shoot at them while shimmying, but they present a problem. So this is what this is like the official way to climb to this. They put this pole here so you can shimmy and reach this guy on the platform. A shortcut we found is that instead of shimmying, if you were unfortunate, if he crouched and you had to kill him while crouching and he didn't fall down, instead of shimmying, you can also jump like this. If you fall, you might die, so it needs some practice. Another thing I want to talk about is the control room. So there's this room in the sewers that when you go into, you're going to see a machine spinning like this. And it seems to be powering something. Side note, there's a ladder here that is also an exit. You can use this to get to the end of the level. You can incorporate this into your strategy however you want, but I'm just pointing it out. So back to the control room, there is a power switch that if you flip it, it's going to turn off. It says power offline. And this door near the first vital container is going to get closed. And also these three doors, remember the endless spawns we talked about? So that's a solution for them. If you turn off the power, you will close these hatches and they won't spawn anymore. And you can shimmy across the poles safely. So I climb the platform. And you can shimmy without anyone shooting at you. Another door that closes is this door here, so you can't go back to the beginning. And you can also turn on the power again and everything comes back to normal. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the female ALA. We don't know what her name is, so she's called Jane Doe. For those of you who don't know, Jane Doe and John Doe are the names that you assign to people that you don't know what they're called. So basically we're saying she's unknown. So Jane Doe, I will show everything that's relating to her, which is this PDA right here where she's talking. She's called Female ALA Terrorist.
More chatter.
T'es où? Quelqu'un se dirige vers l'entrepôt.
Je me prépare dans le cinéma. Je laisserai passer personne.
Ça me plaît pas assez pour faire ce boulot.
Alcool et fais ton job.
They're setting up a trap. Be ready for anything.
There's another PDA about her.
Who was that? She was using some kind of voice mask. I can't get a print. I've got her on video, though. We'll try to get an ID later.
Listen to this.
On a vu la fille. Aucune nouvelle. Amène des hommes ici et mets le feu au quartier.
That doesn't sound good. Imani out.
And in the Zeus file, they say that she had plastic surgery reports on Jane Doe. So we know that she's masking her voice and she changed her face. And there's a Zeus file in Yemen 2, which shows us that there's a doctor called Fadil. And this doctor, he's a plastic surgeon. You find him in Yemen 1. But if you go to the Zeus files of Yemen 2, you'll see a picture of Jane Doe. So he worked on her. That's a connection between Yemen and Carthage. This plastic surgeon, he changed her face. And she seems to be French from France, while the other ALA seem to be French from Canada. These are all the PDAs for the game. I just want you to read the names because these are all the official PDAs that you can find in the game. But there are unused PDAs that were cut from the game for reasons that I'm going to mention in a minute. So let's listen to the unused PDAs.
Imani, we're following local police radio traffic pretty closely. They're getting their asses kicked. They're waiting on backup from the RCMP Special Forces, but help's not here yet.
What's taking them so long? It's a war zone out here.
Some logistical screw-up. Command is authorizing you to intervene when possible. Don't go out of your way or needlessly risk the mission or team, but if you see a chance to help, go for it. Gabe's giving you a site license DPE order.
Understood. Imani out.
Imani, still no ID on that female terrorist. Weird. I guess we'll just file it and see if something turns up later.
Her accent was definitely not Quebec.
Yeah, that's what makes it weird. I wanted to see if she was tied into another organization. Teresa out.
So the reason these PDAs were cut is because they mention Quebec. Quebec. For any mention of Quebec, Canada, was cut from the game because there was an article that I found, just this one, and it says that Canadian objections spurred SCEA to delete controversial Quebec terrorist level from upcoming. So Carthage 1, 2, and 3 were supposed to be called Toronto 1, 2, and 3. They're supposed to take place in Canada. You can read this article. It was all about Quebec and the French-Canadian terrorists and all that. But they cut all that from the game because the officials in Canada objected to it. And this article is all about that. And as you can see here, Carthage 2 was called Toronto 2. And finally, I just wanted to mention this Zeus file that you can find in Carthage 3. It's basically talking about this CHA officer that you save in the theater. He is thanking you for saving his life. I thought it was interesting to mention that this is what the CHA officer looks like without the mask, and they actually acknowledged it in the Zeus files. So that's pretty much every secret that people found in the game throughout the years. About Carthage 2, I mean. That are specific to Carthage 2. This level is pretty interesting. It just keeps on giving. Like every now and then, like we keep finding new stuff about it. And I thought it's worth it to collect all those findings in one video. Thank you for watching. Join our Discord for Syphon Filter and have a good day.